Today on Mr. Media, I'll talk to actor Reggie Lee, one of the stars of the new NBC drama Grimm, which airs Fridays at 9 p.m. Stick around. I'm hoping he won't remember me promising to watch Drag Me to Hell the last time he was here. Ah, damn. Did I just say that out loud?
Oh, no.
Oh, God. So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is a Mr. Media interview. You know, MrMedia.com, MRmedia.com. Stop by and check it out. There are more than 900 archived celebrity and pop culture interviews for your listening pleasure. Mr. Media is recorded live before a studio audience of Grimm fairy tale fans who are just learning that Grimm is actually capitalized and spelled with 2 M's, not 1, in the new media capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Once you know actor Reggie Lee's face and name, you're going to think he's everywhere. Seriously, after he appeared on Mr. Media a year ago to talk about his role in the summer series Persons Unknown, it seemed like a week didn't go by without seeing him pop up in a movie or TV show I was watching. Earlier this week, in fact, before this interview was even scheduled, my wife and daughter and I ordered the Steve Carell movie Crazy Stupid Love on demand. And at one point I said, "Oh look, it's Reggie Lee. He was on Mr. Media last year." To which they replied, they were really tired of me saying that Reggie Lee was on the show last year. Reggie, who is quite a pleasant fellow, is here today to talk about his role as a Portland police officer in the new NBC series Grimm, which is loosely adapted from the classic fairy tales. Now, where else do you know him from? Well, let's see. Fox's Prison Break? ABC's No Ordinary Family? How about Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End? Or Tropic Thunder? Or the movie I promised to watch but still haven't, Drag Me to Hell? And where will he be next? Well, ask Batman. Reggie's been cast in The Dark Knight Rises. Reggie Lee, welcome back to Mr. Media.
Thanks for having me back. Wow, that's quite an intro. I'm going to have to live up to that.
You are. You got a lot to live up to, my friend. So with you, this is an open question. What's new?
Boy, it's been quite a year. You know, it's interesting. I ended last year filming a Jason Statham film that is about to come out next year, and I was shooting that for 3 months in Philadelphia and New York. And then I got this little show called Grimm, which has been an amazing experience. So we are actually shooting in Portland, Oregon, but we're actually shooting on we're on our 11th episode now. But we just premiered a couple weeks ago, and we're about to air a new episode tomorrow night called Beware, and it's actually one of my favorite episodes.
And I got to ask, why is it one of your favorite episodes, Reg?
It is because, you know why? I think it's because it's when, aside from not even knowing that there was a Grimm fairy tale called Queen Bee, it's that episode where Sergeant Wu, which is the character that I play, kind of, you see a little more of his character. You see a little more of who he is and what he's about, and he's a very, very dry, sardonic guy, which I love to play. But you see more of his personality, and I think this is the episode that kind of shows him a little more.
It must be exciting.
So I'm excited for people to see that.
I was going to say, it must be excited to be on a show, have a regular spot, you're getting, the network's giving a lot of attention, the reviews are good, and here we are, so early in the season, your character is getting some play.
Right? This was not actually, and we're actually, they're not airing the episodes in the order that we actually shot them in, which is different. You know, I think what they're doing is they're airing different episodes at different times. But this is, I like that early on you're going to get to see kind of who this guy is. Because we do build, you know, each character builds as you go through the series, but each episode can kind of stand on its own, which is great about this particular show, because you don't have to like jump in and go, oh, I don't know what's going on because I didn't see the last episode. Each one is actually a standalone episode. So we're great that way in terms of people can just jump in and we can gain an audience that way. And I think there's something in it for everybody. You know, there's kind of a fantasy and a horror. Yet it's very real in terms of the procedural aspect of the show. So I think people have been really liking it. It's great, coming from some series that haven't done so well and some series that have been great. It's nice to get one and be in from the ground up, and people really start to dig it. So it's cool. It's a cool time.
Well, I'm glad that you got this. I was sorry that No Ordinary Family didn't fly because I enjoyed that show a lot.
They were another group of great people. I'm glad you liked it because it was and you never know what people are going to be into at any particular time. Especially now, people are saying, why are fairy tales so popular? Mm-hmm. But it is, I think, if we look at the world that we live in, it's kind of the escapist attitude in going to something that kind of takes you away, which I thought No Ordinary Family kind of was. Mm-hmm. But I think that the issue is, I think people, these days you got to grab people in the first couple episodes, because I think if you don't, they tend to want to watch something different, go away, especially with something new. And it's just the day and age that we live in, it's people don't give it a chance. And I think that particular series had much more gumption as you went along. But the first couple episodes weren't as strong as, say, the middle part of the show.
I would agree with that. Now, before we run out of time, I got to ask you, what, if anything, can you tell us about joining the cast of The Dark Knight Rises? And
I can tell you it happened very fast.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it, huh? That's the NDA. That's what it allows?
No. I can tell you it happened very fast. I shot in London. I shot in Los Angeles, and I had a great time with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Very cool. And is it possible that will be a continuing opportunity for you, or is that a one-movie gig?
We'll have to see.
And there's your answer, folks.
I'm going to leave you with that. Bob. We'll talk again. I'm sure we'll talk again.
I have no doubt. And folks, listen, you can see actor Reggie Lee, who's a favorite on this show, every Friday night, 9 p.m. on the NBC series Grimm. Hey, can people find you on Twitter or Facebook?
Absolutely. My handle on Twitter is Mr. M.R. Reggie Lee.
And I'm Mr. Media. Yeah, okay. Don't use it. Just stick to the Mr. Reggie Lee stuff, though, okay? Hey, Reggie, it is always a pleasure. You're welcome back here at any time, and continued good luck with Grimm.
Thank you for having me, my friend. Thank you so much. I can't wait to come back.
All right, take care.
Take care, Bob.
Bye-bye. For more original interviews, surf over to our main website, mrmedia.com, mrmedia.com. If you've enjoyed today's show, subscribe for free to Mr. Media via email, RSS, or iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Another good idea, download our new free Mr. Media mobile app in the Android market. You can also listen with a piece of string and a tin can in many parts of the Internet. Show your support of Mr. Media by supporting our sponsors, including Audible. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/radio. Again, that's audibletrial.com/radio for your free audiobook. We're also supported by thepartyauthority.us. Call DJ Ira for all your party entertainment needs nationwide at 1-800-DIAL-DJs, or visit their website, thepartyauthority.us. If you've got an idea for a guest, a comment on today's show, or would like to advertise on Mr. Media Radio, email me directly at bob@mrmedia.com, mrmedia.com. You can also call our 24-hour listener line at 1-727-498-4711. Some messages may be used in an upcoming show. And unless you live next door to Mr. Media, there may be a toll charge. You can also follow Mr. Media on Facebook, Twitter, or our new YouTube and Vimeo video channels. Thanks so much for joining us today. I always appreciate you sharing a piece of your day with Mr. Media. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Help! This is Barbara Eden. Mr. Media has trapped me in a bottle. Will someone please get me out of here?
Hey folks, you can hear Mr. Media while on the go now with Stitcher Smart Radio. Stitcher is a free news and talk mobile app available for your smartphone, whether you use an iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, BlackBerry Curve, or Palm Pre. And when you download Stitcher to hear Mr. Media today, you have a chance to win some real money. Downloading is quick and easy. Just find Stitcher in your smartphone's app store. Download it, it's free, takes seconds. Then, during registration, hit the promo code box and enter Mr. Media, that's MR Media, to get automatically entered to win $100. The latest episode of Mr. Media will be waiting for you in Stitcher's favorites right on your phone. You'll get access to lots of other amazing shows, too, always available to you on demand, no syncing. Some of my favorites include WTF with Mark Maron, Plus One Per Diem with Kevin Smith, and The Nerdist with Chris Hardwick. It's all free and all instant to you on Stitcher Smart Radio. And don't forget to win the money. Enter promo code Mr. Media, MR Media, when you register. And thanks for listening.